Welcome back. This is I think our 10th live. We're excited to be here again. And for happy hour, tonight's cocktail, we have bourbon, Saint Germain, lemon juice, and Grand Marnier. And it's very
really tasty.
refreshing.
Very refreshing.
Anything with bourbon is good. Let us know what you're sipping on.
Yes.
And super excited about tonight because it's all about having fun.
That's right.
So as we finished last week dealing with the pain, which is horrible, we always try to find fun things to do, and one of those is to travel. So tonight, Leah's going to read the preface again so that you can get a
newbies
of what the book is all about.
Yeah.
And plus, it's just a good overall
It is.
thing, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's going to start the chapter of travel, which we have broken into 2 live sessions because it's so long.
Totally.
But it's all about having fun.
Yeah.
So, I think we can start. Well, we've got we have about a minute before 4 o'clock.
We
So
were going
let
to
us
try
know
to
what you're
sit
drinking.
outside, but it was too cold, so we're sitting inside. It was 80 yesterday, 70 today.
90
Oh, it was 90 yesterday, yeah.
and 70 today.
So we're
crazy.
sitting inside.
With wind.
And with the
wind.
wind, yeah.
Makes it
Always
chilly.
makes it chilly.
But the fires are gone.
yeah,
So
there's no smoke.
we can all
And the
breathe.
fire
Air
that's
quality's
closest
good.
to us is at 85% containment, so.
So anybody out there dealing with that, we're thinking of you.
Hang in
Be
there.
safe.
I know,
Hang in
totally.
there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, Lee Man. I think we can begin.
This isn't a book that I thought I would ever be writing. It's not a medical guide, a rehab manual, or a self-help book. It's the story of what happened after a split second on a polo field that changed everything. It's a story of life as a quadriplegic. Survival, loss, pain, despair, resilience, and some of the strange ways that a life can be rebuilt after it's been shattered. After my injury, I searched for books written by people and for people and with people with spinal injuries, many very inspiring and most focused on recovery, their adaptation, and finding purpose in a new reality. Those stories were fun and I really respected them, but they were not what I consider the whole story. There were very few books that talk openly about the real dark realities of a cervical injury like this. The humiliation of dependence and loss of your identity and the collapse of certain relationships, chronic pain and depression and loneliness, and moments of simply making it through another day feels like a victory. I wanted to write a book that I couldn't find. Before January 2020, I'd spent decades building a life that I loved. I was a facial plastic surgeon and a husband, a father, and a passionate polo player. I valued independence, achievement, and self-reliance above almost everything. Like most people, I assumed those things would always be there. Then, in less than a second, they were gone. What followed wasn't a single battle, but a series of them. There were hospitals, surgeries, the rehabilitation, and an endless process of learning how to live in a body that no longer follows your commands. Although much of the story unfolds chronologically, some parts are organized by theme rather than time. Chronic pain, rehab, caregiving, travel and many of the challenges of living with a spinal cord injury evolved over months and years, often overlapping with one another. Telling these experiences together paints a more complete picture than just a strictly chronological account would. There were setbacks I never saw coming and losses that actually hurt more than the physical injury itself. Some of the chapters are very difficult to tell. Others would have seemed impossible to believe had I actually not lived them. The book doesn't offer any easy answers. It doesn't pretend that every hardship arrives with a hidden blessing. Sometimes tragedy is simply tragedy, and sometimes courage looks less like triumph and more like enduring just another day when you would rather quit. Yet this isn't a story about giving up. Along the way I discovered that even after the foundations of life have been destroyed, something new can be rebuilt. Not the life I planned or the life I wanted, but a life worth living nonetheless. The pages that follow hold the best and worst years of my life and contain mistakes, anger, grief, humor, friendship, betrayal, unexpected kindness, and the people who help literally carry me when I can't carry myself. Most of all, they contain the truth as I experienced it. The accident lasted less than a second. The rest is this book.
All right, so we'll get to the chapter here.
So now we're going to read the chapter about travel.
Is that it?
Yeah, perfect.
Is it big enough?
Yeah.
What's that? Okay.
So this is a chapter, I don't see the intro to it, which was the chapter before, but the very first sentence is going anyway. Pain occupied so much of Lee's attention that anything capable of pulling his mind elsewhere became extremely valuable. Sometimes...
Oh, Lee, somebody has a question. They said,
Yes.
Oh, yes.
she
yes.
said, I'm new. You were on my For You page. What are you reading about?
I'm reading, I'm actually reading about myself, which seems kind of, most people don't do things like that. But I sustained a broken neck, basically, 6 years ago. And it left me a quadriplegic. I can kind of move and do certain things and kind of stand up and that sort of thing. But the journey, has been just so many millions of things that are involved with it. But most importantly for me, I wanted to tell a story about quadriplegia and living with it. And what I consider sort of the dark underbelly of being a quad. And so I have not left a single thing out, going from...
And you can go back and watch it on YouTube.
Oh, yes, very good.
Oh,
Thank you,
okay.
producer Braley.
Yes. So anyway, I'll stop
Yes.
droning
No,
on.
it's okay.
But the bottom line
Good
is,
question,
yeah.
because we're on like chapter, we're way out there.
Oh, we're
in the
way
book.
out there. Yeah, so absolutely, people feel free. It's about my life and all of that involved. So, to some people it'll be interesting. Most people wouldn't care. But I think I kept being told along the way, you should write a book about that. This is really interesting. And of course, I've never written a book. I was a surgeon, and closest thing I got to writing a book was dictating operative notes. and those I would consider ridiculously dry
Yeah, just
and
technical.
not very entertaining.
Yeah.
So with the Ghost Rider over the last year or so, and all of my peeps around me, especially these two and my caregivers, one of them is right behind
Behind the camera, behind the scenes.
She's done a lot
Yes.
Oh gosh, yeah.
with the book.
Yeah, I started dictating into a book, I guess, and it sort of has evolved. So that's what I'm talking about. You've probably checked out long.
That's okay.
Anyway, this is
So tonight is all
chapter
about
about
trying to
this
find
is about
fun.
travel.
And
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
And there are fun things about it.
Yes.
Believe me. So anyway, going back, how we only got through one sentence.
Yeah, you can just start over.
No, we're
Yeah.
not going to start over.
Oh yeah, the chapter. Yeah, just that one sentence.
Yeah, pain.
Yeah.
Pain had so much occupied Lee's attention.
Yeah.
That anything capable of pulling his mind elsewhere became invaluable. Sometimes the distraction was small. Conversation, a meal, a joke, or an afternoon spent with people he loves. Other times it meant creating something larger to look forward to. Travel had once been an ordinary part of his life. After the accident, it became quite daunting and complicated at best. Leaving home meant bringing the routines, the equipment, the physical demands of quadriplegia with him. A short trip required accessible transportation, carefully chosen accommodation, multiple bags of medical equipment, and at least one caregiver. Even then, there was no guarantee that any of it would go smoothly. Still, the possibility of being somewhere offered something pain often took away, which is anticipation. The only way to know if it was realistic was to actually try it. So, roughly about a year and a half after my injury, actually I'm reading this in the third person, so after the injury, Lee, Carla, my wife, Kathy, her twin sister, and a caregiver, one of them behind the camera, boarded an hour-long flight from Bend, Oregon to Seattle. They wanted to find out whether flying and staying in a hotel was still realistic after his injury. The flight itself actually went smoothly. The accessible van that was waiting for them in Seattle didn't. Although the vehicle had been designed to transport a power wheelchair, the driver actually had no idea how to secure his chair inside of it. Thankfully, his caregiver eventually stepped in and showed him
Yeah.
what to do while the rest of the group just watched and just believed. It was an early lesson in accessible travel. The right equipment might actually be available, but there was no guarantee that the person responsible for it would actually know how to use it. Still, they made it. Once we discovered travel was possible, the floodgates opened.
That's all right.
It would never be simple. Every trip required accessible transportation, carefully chosen accommodation, all the medical equipment, and, of course, his caregiver. His injury didn't disappear when he left home either. Even on vacation, his mornings began with the same bowel program, stretching, physical therapy, that structures his days at home. Only afterward could the day begin to feel like a vacation. Before long, travel actually became part of an annual rhythm in his life. Late winter brought Palm Springs. April meant Maui. Summer included the 4th of July in Lincoln City, down at his brother's place. While other trips to Southern California brought old friends and the annual Robinson, what we call the barn party. The destinations were different, but the formula was usually the same. Finish the morning routine, find somewhere beautiful to settle in, and make the rest of the day about good food, good drinks, and good people around them. By late February or early March, Lee, Carla, Kathy, and the caregiver were usually settling into La Quinta Resort in Palm Springs. Other families joined when they could. Kathy's son Jack and his girlfriend Savannah came one year, and Carla and Kathy's brother Pat joined them on another. The days were intentionally loose. They were rarely anywhere that they needed to be in a hurry. Afternoons drifted into long meals and cocktails and time spent relaxing in the desert sun. Everyone in the group considered themselves a foodie, so deciding where to eat was often the most important decision of the day. And still is, by the way.
That's true. Totally.
Their favorite dinner stop became the La Quinta Cliff House,
So cool.
built into a rocky hillside. The group orders scallops often, but the version served there is still talked about after years. Scallops on the half shell, baked beneath,
So good.
oh my god, a rich mixture of Alfredo sauce and bacon. Oh god, I'm making
So
hungry.
good. I know, right? I know.
Reading
Make
about
those
it.
right now.
During one visit, Lee's longtime fraternity brother Dave Dietz and his wife Nancy joined them for dinner. Dave had become especially important to Lee after his injury. Rather than allowing him to change his circumstances to create distance between them, he reached out more often. He remained compassionate, consistent, and present, and still is.
Yeah.
That evening, everyone sat around the bar while Lee and Dave laughed over stories and one especially involving a spilled drink. Just as they finished, Dave, of course, reached across the bar for one of the Alfredo-covered scallops, knocked over his cocktail that went literally everywhere, crossed across the appetizer, spilled over the bar, splashed on the floor, onto everyone's clothes.
Yes.
It seemed impossible that one glass could have held
Totally.
that much liquid. But of course, Dave was involved. So, anyway, they barely finished telling the story after that first spill when it happened again in front of them. There was nothing to do but laugh. Moments like that became part of the history of Palm Springs trips. Other traditions began more quietly. One evening at a restaurant on the La Quinta Resort grounds, Brayley, who's our producer today,
That's right.
ordered a key lime pie martini and encouraged everyone else to try one. Oh my god. After the first round, she no longer had to convince anyone. The entire group was hooked. And from then on, finding another good one became the holy grail of dessert cocktails in the desert. They spent a great deal of time around restaurant tables on those trips. The Masters Golf Tournament often fell during that same week and played on television behind the bar, and while they ate, the dinner could stretch easily into several hours. It was amazing. Although the resort was the center of the trip, some of the best memories came from going somewhere new. One year, the group visited the Palm Springs Air Museum. Jack, who's Kathy's son, is a pilot, becoming an airline pilot actually. And Lee knew the museum would hold particular meaning for him. While they were there, Lee learned that visitors could purchase an experience piloting in a P-51 Mustang. So he bought one for Jack. Not the plane.
It's a big plane.
Oh,
It's a big, it's so cool.
It's really cool.
an amazing warplane from World War II. The flight had to be scheduled for another visit, and Jack has yet to make it. He hopes Lee's there when he does, so the gift is still waiting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Even so, the museum became a highlight of the trip.
it did, for sure.
Really, people, you need to go there.
Oh my
It's
God, it's amazing.
incredible.
Yes.
By April, the desert trip was behind them, and the same core group
Mm-hmm.
was preparing to leave again, this time for 2 weeks in Maui. Long before this accident, he had made at least a trip to Maui every year. Continuing the tradition afterward allowed him to return not only to a favorite place, but also to a somewhat familiar part of his former life. He and everyone stay at his timeshare at the Westin Kaanapali Villas, usually with Carla, Kathy, and a caregiver. Other family members and friends sometimes join them. And one year, both of Lee's children came with their families.
That's great.
That was the
Fun. That
best
was so
trip
awesome.
ever.
That was so great. Yeah.
Because the trip lasts 2 weeks, the caregivers sometimes divide the stay. One travels with Lee for the first half, and another arrives to take over. And their visits may overlap long enough for everyone to have dinner together before the first caregiver heads home. The flight from Oregon is brutal for Lee. But Maui is still a trip he looks forward to most. Once he arrives at the resort, it's familiar. The weather usually agrees with his body, and the entire stay has settled into a rhythm that works. Most days center around a premium cabana between the pool and the sports bar. Covered and furnished with a couch and a TV, it protects Lee and everyone else from the direct sunlight that can quickly become dangerous now that he can't regulate his body temperature normally. He often reserves it for the entire trip, giving them a comfortable base, while everyone else moves between the pool, the bar, cabana, the ocean, while leaving him isolated from the group. Returning to the same resort has also created a sense of familiarity. Lee and everyone with them look forward to seeing Benji, an older Hawaiian man who works near the pool and appears to recognize them every year. Their greetings usually consist mostly of smile, waves, and a few friendly words, but Lee always makes a point of acknowledging them. The rest of the trip develops equally around familiar routines. There's the hula pie at Duke's, the Mai Tais, topped with a little koi foam at the Monkey Pod Kitchen. Oh, and fresh fish from the fish market that they grill or prepare as sushi at the condo. When they cook, Lee usually remains close enough to supervise. Some caregivers are more experienced with an outdoor grill than others, and he's always willing to talk them through the process.
That's right.
By evening, everyone ends up on the balcony. Lee, Carl, and Kathy sit outside, sometimes with a cigarette or two, and cocktails, while
We're on vacation.
music plays his portable
It's true.
JBL speaker.
Busted.
God, Braylee, God, are you kidding me? That's funny. Oh my God.
Okay. Whatever.
Oh. Ah, man. While sitting out there, they tell old stories, laugh at one another, and stay outside until they're ready to go in. There's no reservation to keep, accessible vehicles to arrange or transfer waiting at the end of the evening. For a few hours, it feels less like managing a trip and more like simply being on vacation. Some of the memories lead back to Lahaina.
Which,
Gosh, everybody's
fire,
got, oh.
yeah.
They missed not only the town itself, but the ritual that it had become. The slower pace of Maui also gives Lee's sense of humor more time to emerge. One visit to the mall for my size at the Monkey Pod Kitchen eventually ended up at stopping at Tory Richard, which is one of their favorite Hawaiian stores.
Yeah.
A sales associate held up a shirt and enthusiastically described how soft the fabric was. He responded with a series of dramatic oohs and ahs, performing this appreciation of texture as she rubbed it on his hands. Standing behind him, the associate, his caregiver, Avery, struggled not to laugh. Avery, Carla, Kathy all knew Lee could barely feel the fabric at all. I generally liked the shirt, but he was also being a smartass. He continued the performance as the associate continued to praise the fabric, while tears ran down Avery's face from the effort of holding in her laughter. Lee later compared it to trying not to laugh while you're in church. The harder everyone fought to contain themselves, the funnier it became. Scenes like this are what makes Maui feel easy once everyone's settled in. The familiar resort loves slow afternoons, well-established routines, leave room for him to relax, enjoy himself. But some of the island's best experiences still require considerable more planning. Yeah, just a lot.
You okay?
No, I'm just. Oh God, hold on.
It's not a good day for pain.
You're
He
doing great.
gets waves.
I'm
Need some
okay.
water?
I'm okay. No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Before booking a whale watching tour, they called ahead and explained that he was a quadriplegic traveling in a power wheelchair. The company had only one boat in its fleet that would accommodate him, so the group reserved 5 spots for the following day. When they arrived, the crew positioned a ramp nearly 10 feet long between the dock and the boat. It was steep but manageable, and he drove aboard the boat without much trouble. Yeah. For the next 2 hours, he moved freely around the lower deck. He watched Carla and Kathy lean over the side of the boat, calling out, taking photographs whenever he spotted
Oh, it was so
whales in the
cool.
water.
Yeah.
For a while, the logistics faded into the background, and Lee was simply just part of the experience. The return to the harbor was another matter.
Oh my God.
During the 2 hours they'd been on the water, the tide had risen nearly 2 feet, leaving the boat much higher than the dock that was fixed and didn't float. The same ramp that had been manageable earlier now dropped at a ridiculously alarming steep angle.
I swear it was
Oh my God.
There was no alternate route off the boat. So one of his caregivers, Chelsea, positioned herself directly behind his chair, or actually in front of his chair,
Yeah.
as he approached the top, ready to brace himself if he tipped forward. As he crested the edge, his chair pitched sharply downward and gravity took over.
Yeah.
Lee careened down the ramp while Chelsea backed away in front of him, trying to stay close enough to catch him without being run over. Kathy screamed a stream of expletives from the dock
Yes.
as everyone watched
Oh
as he barreled toward the bottom. Of course, he made it down safely without breaking his neck or anything. Once he was safely on the dock, everybody did laugh about it. Whale watching was not the only excursion that managed to make work in Maui. On another trip, Lee, Carl, and Kathy had taken a helicopter tour
That was cool.
over Molokai.
Yeah.
Before taking a helicopter tour, the group called ahead to explain that he would need help getting into the aircraft. The tour company actually had a conveyor system
It was so
designed for passengers with limited mobility. He was transferred from his power chair onto a small seat that then traveled slowly up what looked like a conveyor belt
Yeah.
until it aligned with the helicopter door.
That was so cool.
From there, his caregivers just pulled him into the window seat and
Yeah.
put on seatbelts.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
You know,
That's cool.
a process that had sounded quite complicated went remarkably smooth.
I agree.
Carla and Kathy joined him, and once they were airborne, everyone could speak through their headsets.
That was
They crossed over to Molokai and watched enormous waterfalls descend through the island's steep green landscape. The ride actually was turbulent at times, but
really windy that day.
oh my God. The pilot remained calm, but repeatedly assured them that the movement that was going to be coming was normal. His confidence kept most of the group at ease.
It's true.
Yeah.
Chelsea, the caregiver, was less convinced and eventually admitted the turbulence was making her motion sick.
Yeah.
Lee had been an adrenaline junkie and, of course, loved every minute of it.
Of course.
A year or two later, he bought the same helicopter tour for his caregiver Ashley and her boyfriend Matt. He stayed behind and let them have the experience on their own. During the flight, Ashley actually proposed to Matt, and it's all on video.
It's so
Yeah.
cool.
The following year, she and Matt returned to Maui with everybody
All of us.
to get married.
Mhm.
Moments like that just add to the history and the people around him that we had built on the island. Maui was only one part of the travel calendar. Other trips took him back to Southern California, where the purpose was less about telling and settling into familiar vacations, but more about reconnecting with people and traditions from the past.
All right.
Oh,
Braley has just put
so good.
in capital letters,
Stop
stop here.
We'll continue next
No, we'll
week.
continue next week.
And then
but
let's take some questions.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
That was good. It was
Such
so
great
fun
memories.
reliving all of that.
oh my gosh.
Such great memories of our
Well, Joe says that Lee is the best salmon chef I have ever met.
Salmon chef?
Yeah, it
Oh my
says a
gosh.
grill, fresh caught salmon fillet, and it will melt like butter in your mouth.
Oh.
I think that's Joe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Never cease.
Let's see, I've got one.
We read on several Sundays, and he keeps going back to the well.
I know.
It's
Cute.
crazy.
Love it.
After Seattle went well, where did you want to go next?
Oh my gosh. that's a
Oh,
good
good
question.
question.
That was surprisingly well spot how early it was after my injury.
Yeah.
And there's so many people there. God, my cousin, my brother,
Siblings. Yeah.
my
Sister.
sister,
I'll have to put that in the
you
chapter.
guys,
Our
your
son.
son,
I'll
Yeah.
have to put that in the chapter.
your,
Yeah.
just, yeah.
That was
It
really
was,
cool.
it was really fun.
Yeah.
But it made us feel like, oh, We could go
We could
anywhere.
And
actually
just going
walk.
from the hotel down that big hill
Into
to
Seattle.
Not Capitol Grill.
Capitol
What was
Grill.
the restaurant?
It was
It's
kind
got
of
Capitol Grill. Yeah.
It was amazing, but just to get around was relatively easy.
Yeah.
And for
and
the first
actually
trip,
just to be outside.
and just to be
Yes.
outside,
Mhm.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
incredible.
I've been so used to my surroundings being inside walls.
Yeah,
Right.
From the first hospital, the second hospital,
Gosh,
to
totally.
being at home for almost a year.
before you even
Yeah.
ventured out.
Before,
Wow.
before
Wow.
even left
Went
the
to the
house,
store,
other
go to the
than
store,
to
yeah.
go to I think it was
Or
a
medical
a
appointment.
medical
that's
appointment.
for
so I
sure.
went to. But
Somebody asked if you were scared then to leave.
scared, I've never ever really been scared of anything, but there was some trepidation because you never know what's going to happen on a trip. And oh boy, wait for the next few chapters on travel.
Do we have stories?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People see quadriplegics just sitting in chairs, tooling around,
Right.
and it kind of looks like fun. But I'm telling you,
Yeah, we
Would
have some
you
stories.
think that there isn't another story to tell, they just keep piling on, and it's
For sure.
it
Mhm.
the fun travel section goes
Yeah.
into the crazy snafu section,
Right.
and with that a lot of pointers that we've sort of discovered that might be helpful
Yeah.
for other disabled
sure.
people.
Yeah.
So
Ashley says,
did
"Are
we even answer the
yes, you did, you did."
where did we go?
What?
She asked where did we go for the
No,
next.
no. If you
No.
were scared,
If
Oh,
you
that
were
was
scared.
scared.
Yeah.
Well, again, I answered it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't.
Ashley says, "Are there travel restrictions with flying or new encounters with travel days?"
Oh God, yes.
Which
What are there new what?
are
Well,
there
we can't get on
travel
certain planes
Oh
restrictions?
God,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll go over that.
That will be in the
That'll
chapter,
be in the chapter about
snafus.
you get
Yeah.
somewhere, find out you can't get on a certain plane, and now what do we do? And da da da
Yeah,
da.
or in
That's
LA
another
and I
chapter.
can't get on a plane to come back and
Oh well, you
Yeah,
just have
well,
to sleep in the
just-
airport.
yeah, just sleep in the airport or just take this 5-leg trip
Yeah,
at
yeah,
United
right.
Airlines
Yeah.
that goes from frickin' LA to Nashville and all the way
Exactly.
probably into
Like it's no
Canada.
big deal.
Like it's no big deal. Yeah.
Is there a travel destination high on your bucket list?
I would say, and I think everyone agrees that if I could make it to New York,
New York, I'm gonna go to New York because we both love musicals.
oh, we
and
all love
just love New
musicals.
York.
Mm-hmm.
And there's usually
Yeah.
a couple
It's
of them
just so
there
magical.
on Broadway.
Yeah.
Just a couple of them.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Oh,
yeah,
that
we're
would be
hoping.
so
And I
great.
just get this pain thing figured out and
Because travel
just fly
days
there
are
and
so
just to
hard.
figure out. I think New York is one of those towns that has Uber-like vans.
For your chair.
Where
Yes.
we don't have to
For sure.
actually
Get a
rent
car or
one
anything.
and then
Yeah.
drive and
The
drive
special
parking
paths and
Yeah.
yeah, they just said that they're
Just stay
strapped
close
on
to
us.
the theater district. It would be so fun.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I would
That would
love
be
to
your
do
next
that and
Yeah.
That would be
God,
awesome.
beyond that,
London,
Or-
but that's kind of far.
we've
We've talked
Well,
about
we-
it though.
been. Carla and Kathy have traveled
So have you.
extensively.
So have you.
Well,
Yeah.
right, but finding a place
Yeah.
like further away than New York, we've both been to New York before, but finding a place where none of us have actually ever been
Yeah. 'Cause that would
before,
be fun too.
Somebody
we're trying to find it. on
This
the
is
map
interesting.
somewhere. Where is- what?
somebody says, "Have you ever thought about doing a cruise?"
Oh,
No, absolutely not.
No. Water terrifies him.
Well,
Good
not only
question.
that, but
That's a good question. Yeah.
let's see, norovirus,
If we would,
COVID.
if we would get stuck on a cruise ship,
Oh,
Is-
I'd be all
We'd be
over.
screwed.
and those diseases would be very detrimental
Yeah.
to Lee. He cannot afford to catch those diseases.
You think it?
Not worth
I'm
it.
not ready to actually voluntarily step into
Yeah.
a petri dish that is just growing organisms and you can't get away from
Even
it.
though they are equipped for ADA, it's just like
They're very
Well, it's not-
ADA.
yeah,
It's
very
not
ADA,
the
but it's not the
ADA,
ADA
it's-
issue. It's
I
not
would
the
take a
issue.
cruise if there was nobody else on it except us.
And the captain, yeah.
Well, maybe the captain. Well, actually,
Why don't we charter one? Jack could be the captain.
we could be the captain.
Probably.
I-
Good question though.
No, really.
I actually
So,
sailed.
this person says I have lupus and have to be careful, but I find cruises to be great. So maybe it's something to. Oh, sorry. Yeah. They have lupus and they have to be careful, but find cruises to be great. Well, maybe something to look into.
Yeah,
I'm sure
interesting.
there are
Especially
some
the
out there.
smaller riverboat cruises and not the
That's what I'm
big
thinking, too.
ships that are
Or even just the smaller cruise ships that have like
Yeah.
300 passengers. And
instead of
whatever.
1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something to think about.
Yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
We thought about it, and there was your answer. Absolutely not. No,
Oh, somebody says it's Pam Prettyman.
What?
It's Pam. That's who's talking about the cruise.
Oh, I know she has
Oh,
lupus.
I didn't know you had lupus.
No, I think
What?
I should have known that.
Who-
A gal from high school.
Oh, we'll see you at the
Our
reunion, right?
coming up in August.
August 29th, our 50th reunion.
You're supposed to
You better
say
be
like
there, Pam.
35th.
I'm sorry, our 30th. Not our
that's
50th.
it.
Did the woman at Tori Richard ever catch on that you were
No.
joking?
No, not at all.
Absolutely
Not at all. It was
It
hilarious.
was so funny.
That was the funniest thing. Oh my
Yeah.
god,
And
everybody's in
Avery
tears.
was just laughing so hard. Oh, doesn't this feel nice, sir? Oh, you have to buy this shirt. It's so nice. And he bought it.
So
It
good.
wasn't because it felt good. It's because it was a cool shirt.
Pam will be there. She said, see you there.
Hey.
When you're home and not having the best days, does having a trip coming up give you something to look forward to?
Absolutely.
I think, yeah, absolutely for everyone else but me.
Oh.
I mean, when you're having a bad day, the thought of even
Oh, I see. what you mean.
moving
Yeah,
your
that's true.
arm or
That's true.
doing, God, just getting in that van and driving from here to Sisters, Oregon, which is 20 minutes away, is
Even.
it's really weird. Yeah, I would say travel is fun, and a lot of the fun is planning it, just like everybody,
Yeah.
the anticipation of it. But,
Right.
Sure.
yeah, we're just hoping to get the bad days a little less frequent.
Lee is going to try acupuncture tomorrow.
Ooh,
Can't wait for
Everyone
us.
think
Hey,
good
let us know what
thoughts.
that
That's
brings.
next week.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to lots of needles that are all hooked up to electricity stuck in my body somewhere. See if it works.
Oh.
That was something somebody said was, how early do you start planning trips?
Some of them, a year, literally a year, as you're leaving, because
like
accommodations can
Yeah.
be difficult. Maui, you want to make sure you get the right weeks. Even go down the coast, see my brother.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
May,
Which is a drive, not a flight.
yeah,
right?
that's a drive.
Yeah.
But we need to reserve that house.
Yeah.
It's right across
And
the
then
street.
sometimes we do things spontaneous. We were in Vegas and the Rams were playing in LA for the championship or something.
Yeah,
And
we did
last
for the
minute we just
Super
planned on, let's go to the game. So we went from Vegas to LA and then back again. We just planned it willy-nilly.
Scottsdale.
Oh, we were in Scottsdale. Okay.
But we had
That's
this,
right.
we had this guy,
We have this
and,
guy.
and he's not actually above board, even though we call him our ticket junkie or whatever. But he can get tickets to
Anything.
sold out
Yeah.
anything, and they're ADA tickets,
Because
Which
he knows that we have to have
the
ADA.
best in the house,
Best
no
seats
matter
usually.
whether you're in the Sphere,
Going to
you're
the
at
Eagles.
SoFi
That's so great.
Stadium,
Yeah.
watching the game.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, things actually do align.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which reminds me of one. We had the Maui trip all planned for a year, and then I think it was a week before.
4
we were
days.
supposed
The
to
morning
leave.
Oh, the days.
Oh, it was like a
The
couple.
morning,
Yeah.
when I look at my calendar, it's like, you
How do I
guys.
have these dates and you guys have these dates?
It,
What's
it
going
was
on?
it was
next
the
week.
day before.
Yeah.
It was.
It was
It was the day before because I
We
was
found out
flying.
we booked
Booked
a
our
week
flights the wrong.
flight and then how we got flights like
Miracle.
literally a week later
You
and
gotta-
canceled the flights without
Yeah.
even.
Right. We got
Pay
on the
for 'em.
phone with somebody from the airlines. She was so good. She got them. We didn't have to pay extra. You'd think, oh my God, now they're going to
They're gonna cost a fortune.
And it didn't.
Change, yeah.
Didn't because we called early enough,
It's
meaning
crazy.
we called at noon and at 1
Within
o'clock
24
p.m.
hours, right?
Yeah,
those
that would've-
tickets
that
would have
would've
been
been-
non-refundable.
That's
That's
right.
That's what it was.
So
that
yeah,
was crazy.
sometimes.
Best laid plans.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes.
I got to Maui a day early one time,
Yes.
but I had friends there.
Here. Oh, cool. You have to do till tomorrow, but yay. That's fun.
How many Hawaiian shirts do you have?
Oh my
Oh,
God. Okay,
Take
good
me through the
question.
closet. He has so many.
I don't know. I'd say a dozen.
No,
No.
yeah, way more than that.
A dozen.
Yeah, way more than that because you've had them since.
Lee's
Right.
got like 40.
Yeah,
40.
40 is closer to the right number.
Nice try.
I think you got 5 just last year.
And you think we shop?
Yeah.
Well,
Hello.
Yeah, I shop once a year.
I know.
For
I
Hawaiian
shop
shirts.
once
For Hawaiian
every
shirts.
2 weeks.
All right. You bought some pants this time too.
That is all the questions except Joe says that he sees your home and wants to know if the fires have retreated, which he probably
Yes.
just got in a little late.
Yeah.
The big fire that was
Closest to
why we
us.
pre-evacuated earlier last week,
To Sun River.
just in case, because it was
Yeah.
like 4 miles
4
from the
miles
house
away.
and moving at 3 miles a day. So it was like, well, let's just get
And-
in and
And
go
thanks
now.
to Braley. Braley's the one, you guys, I think we really need to leave.
I think
Yeah, and so we packed up, and it's so hard to figure out, I may never come back to this house again. What do
What
we
do I
need to take? Documents and what, just things. And
What
Lisa,
makes you think?
forget the clothes, we can go shopping. I'm like, oh, okay, a whole new wardrobe. But it's just weird how you
It's
think of
so
things
weird.
that are
Yeah.
important to take if you think you're never coming back.
Yeah.
The one
But we
thing,
did.
the one thing I took off the wall was a
Yeah.
picture
That
that my
Brian.
Oh my
son
God.
Brian at age
So
5
cute.
actually drew with a pen a picture of what I looked like.
So
And it was
funny.
actually very
Oh,
accurate.
good, we have it.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. You guys, this is hilarious.
That's what's important.
That's what's important. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to read it. Oh, you have to look at the picture.
And-
My dad is 19. He weighs 10 pounds. He's 11 feet tall. His favorite food is chocolate, and his favorite hobby is golf.
Oh my God, that's
Very accurate
Nice.
drawing.
Look at the picture though. My kids always called me bird legs. And that, my legs are literally sticks.
Yes. And then this picture, Lee and his brother Tom and their dad with the moose antlers that you see up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the things that are
Those
important. It's
two
like I don't
things.
want those to be gone and lost. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were very blessed to have another place to go to.
It's only an hour away.
That was
Yeah,
only an
that's
hour
their home.
away.
In
That
Sun
we
River.
were very lucky to have that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Joe says a priceless work of art.
That's right,
Um,
sure.
It's my Picasso.
Exactly. Oh, this has been fun.
Really fun.
All right.
Thank you
Thanks,
guys
everybody,
for joining
for
us.
joining us.
We'll be back next week with part
More.
2 of
Oh.
the travel.
Pam says maybe we should think about extending our reunion and go to a winery on Sunday. Something to think about.
Ooh,
Do you have her
yeah.
number?
Ooh.
Love it.
Do you have her number?
Oh yeah, yes,
Okay.
Talk about
definitely.
Because we have
spontaneity.
Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
Good idea, Pam.
I like it.
Love it.
All right.
All
We'll
right.
be in touch.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.